It's another beautiful opportunity, and this is Drive Safe. My name is Benjamin Akakwo. I am back at Top Tech Transport and Logistics, and this is where you really need to come if you want to know how to drive properly and do the right thing on the road and save your life as well as that of other motorists. Thank you for joining us. Now today, we're going to be talking about night driving, yes, but with a different dynamic. It is raining. Extreme weather conditions while you're driving at night. Driving at night already is problematic. Throw in other conditions and it becomes chaotic if you are not careful. How do you manage the situation? Before I get to Mr. Gabra though, let's take a quick look at this signal. So you think you know, but do you know? So you've seen that signal and you've seen the different answers. Which answer do you think it is? Curious, huh? So we'll find out at the end of this segment. But let me say hello to Mr. Cecil Gabra. Thank you once more for joining us.
Many thanks. Many thanks.
Great. Now, night driving is the conversation we just had. And we're now throwing in, let's say, a spanner in the wheel. You're driving at night, you're already struggling like those of us with four eyes. And there are extreme weather conditions. Let's say it is raining heavily. What changes? What should you do? How should you react as you drive?
Thank you so much. But then, first of all, do you have very good wipers? That is what you have to ask yourself. Wipers in Africa can only be used for a period of 3 months because of the scorching sun. Rubber is not permanent. Rubber doesn't last. And therefore, you cannot use rubber in this hot scorching sun for more than 3 months. So first of all, you need to get a good wiper, and that is why you should always have a set of wiper blades in your vehicle. Now, as soon as you start putting on your...
So basically, just as you have spare tires, you should have spare
wiper blades. Yes. Now, when you put on your wiper blades and you hear that squeaking sound,
it means it's come to the end of its lifespan.
That gives you that warning that very soon it's going to go away from, the system that holds the blade.
Right.
Yes. So that's number one. You need to change your wiper blades. That when you switch on your wiper, you will not hear any sound from your windscreen.
So just to get it clear, once you start hearing that sound, it means you need to replace.
Time for replacement.
Right.
Right. So that's the warning. Right. So when you set off, you should have what we call the wiper fluid. I think I mentioned it the other time. The wiper fluid must be fully topped up. Okay. And that thing is not soap. Don't use Omo or any hard soap.
So I go to my filling station and there's a specific watery liquid soap kind of thing.
Precisely.
I actually buy it. It's specific for and that's what I use.
Yes.
Blue colored liquid.
Yes, that is it. That is the wiper fluid. A lot of people don't know, and that is why they try to mix up their own chemicals, because some of it also will destroy the rubber. Okay, especially if it's gotten any petroleum products in them. Right. Your wiper blades will go even before the 3 months. So change your wiper blades. Let it be new always. Now, as you set off and then you see that it's raining, you need to ask yourself so many questions. Okay, if you have your phone, you stop, you look at the weather conditions, what your phone says, what Uncle Google will tell you is fairly the truth. Right. If you are traveling and then it's raining heavily, what you need to do is look for somewhere to stop your vehicle, park your vehicle, not under a tree anyway. A plain place is okay. You don't drive in heavy rain. If it's drizzling...
How heavy is heavy?
Well, heavy means that your wiper, number 2, that's how I call it, that's the fast. Okay, and it's cleaning so fast, but still you can't see. Yeah, that's
so it's at the highest point, and you're still struggling.
Precisely, and then also there is a switch in the car that people don't know. Now that switch produces a lot of heat for the windscreen. Okay, now you need to put that. It's called a defroster. You put it on. Because obviously you will be using your air conditioner or you will be using you'll be driving whilst your glasses are up.
So is it
you
that
need
button that
yes.
I think it shows, you know,
yes.
when you want to heat up? Is
Precisely.
that the button you're
It's a
referring
defroster.
to? Right.
And then you have it both at the front and then the back glasses.
Vehicle,
okay,
right.
so you need to put it on. So that will give you that clearance. So whilst you're driving and then you notice that, hey, I cannot drive again, you look for somewhere and park. Don't force yourself to drive in that rainy condition. Now, before it gets to that point, road crashes occur when it's even drizzling, daytime. Okay, because this is a situation where, especially we are driving on a bitumen road, okay, when it drizzles on it, the whole road becomes very oily. Your brakes wouldn't be able to work well. You have a situation where you go on your brakes and then you find your vehicle moving towards a direction. Even with all the systems that you have, may not be able to work well.
Your car might even skid.
It will skid off, right? So night driving, when you are driving in that situation, is very, very difficult and then very tiring, and therefore you must not attempt. Park your vehicle, let the rains calm down, and when you set off, look for floods. In this situation, look out for the vehicle coming in front of you. Okay, if there are no vehicles, put on your most powerful lights, which is the high lights, and drive slowly, because you may be entering a flood which you may not know, especially when you are traveling and you don't know the condition of that road. Because you can't see too far ahead because of the weather conditions. Yes, drive gently, don't be in a hurry, and this time, roll your glasses also down so you get the ambience of if there's any water passing. It's really important.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Very interesting. Because water moving at a speed will make that noise even before you get there.
Right.
And it kills a lot of people, because those driving the 4x4s are so funny. Not every 4x4 is a 4x4. I always say it. We have vehicles like RAV4, Toyota RAV4, that looks like a 4x4, but it is not a 4x4. However, if you are using the most powerful 4x4, you cannot drive in such situation, okay? And then I think at another time we'll talk about how to drive a 4x4 using all your auxiliary gears.
Okay. Right before we wrap on driving at night under extreme weather conditions, I also want to know, when it's raining, you're driving at night, what should you know when it comes to the application of brakes? Very briefly on that.
Well, thank you so much. You have to look out for the vehicle in front of you. When it moves to the left, move towards the left. If it touches his brake, touch your brake. That is it.
The person in front of you should be your guide.
Yes, the person in front of you must always be your guide, because he will not go on his brake if there's no emergency. If he taps on your brake, on his brake, tap on your brake and wait for the next thing that you do. It's so interesting. Don't think that a person in front of you is not driving well. He is a good driver and he is guiding you. So if you are the fourth car, you see all the cars in front of you doing the same thing, tapping on brakes, moving to the left, moving to the right, and sometimes abrupt stop. Speed limit must not exceed 60 kilometers per hour at night.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gabra, for walking us through this. Today, we've taken a look at driving at night under extreme or certain weather conditions, specifically rainy conditions. 60 kilometers per hour. Look out for the vehicles ahead of you in terms of how they are braking and all of that. Just follow suit. Don't be in too much of a hurry to get to your destination. Better get to your destination alive than not get there and be dead. That's how we wrap up on a Drive Safe for another segment. Like I always say, drive safe and stay alive. But so you think you know. Here's the answer to today's quiz question. And that's a wrap. My name is Benjamin Akakpo. Thank you for watching.